Now, I don't know if that's a good way to lead. Like you were talking about dating the last time. Like, is that something you like discuss? Like, I've got kids. Like, does the whole like they're mixed.
It has come up like in previous like going on dates or previous relationships to where I actually got shut down because my kids were biracial.
Was she of ethnic background?
She was biracial her damn self, so fuck her. Just can't call the kettle black when it's already black, you know what I mean?
Like, so, like, where do you meet these women, first of all? That's my first question. I'm not used to these dating websites.
Yeah, no, I wasn't at a website.
It wasn't.
It should have been a red flag right from the jump. It was Quick Trip. Yeah. It was
wait, which location?
Pawnee and Meridian.
Well, there's your sign.
Yep, didn't realize that was a thing. Had no clue. But no.
And how did that start? Like, what aisle were you in? Like, what were you buying? Were you on there getting the quick, little,
you know those
rollers?
aloe waters, those aloe vera like juices you can get that have like mangosteen and like honey.
Are they in like carton?
They're like this big, but they're like in a weird shape, like Fiji water bottle type.
Right.
Those they're called allures.
I've never had one.
Aloe
I've seen the
allure.
ones that are like in cardboard material.
No, this I was buying that, and then
What was she buying?
a fucking tornado, like those taquito things.
So she had to come across the store pretty much to get.
Correct. Now my question is the fact that you memorized the layout.
Well, I used to live in Wichita.
Okay. So yeah.
Wichita, normally the tornadoes are by like the chips,
the drink
and stuff
stations.
like that. The donuts are on the opposite side of that,
Right.
And then like energy drinks and soda is on that side of the store, and then the water's on the opposite side behind the registers.
Correct.
I do believe, at least at most locations.
Yeah, they had egg rolls. That's I went on that side to get an egg roll, and that's when I bumped into her and I knocked her taquito out of her hand. So,
what was her name? That says a lot about it. Being from Wichita.
This was a couple years ago. I think it was Amanda. Weird, right?
Amanda.
Yeah. She went by Mandy with 2 eyes, of course.
Mandy with
2 eyes. Yeah.
Mandii.
Yeah, when there's no I in her actual legal name.
No.
None.
Can you do that?
No, you can't. You can tell people what, because, it's like this new, this fucking weird ass time that we're in. You can just come up with anything.
Speaking of which, he's not my coworker. He's my counterpart in the recreation department.
Okay.
He told me I still haven't looked it up. I only want to look it up on here because I don't want to mess anything up. But
right.
Let's look it up together.
Okay,
all right.
Have
you heard this term called the bonus hole?
What?
Right? Like he said it's all over. Like he said it was on TikTok.
Bonus hole?
It's called the bonus hole. Oh, you're Googling it?
Yeah.
Okay. Even better, because then that way it's not going to look sketch. I just want you to read whatever it says. Like, because I don't know, like, what Googling it does. He just told me what the bonus hole was to this new generation of people.
It's...
And apparently women are pissed about it.
Yeah, this is bullshit. Is what it is. I'm going to take a drink. I'm going to take a shot after this. Bonus hole, plural, bonus holes. Uncommon, informal, slang term for the vagina of a trans man.
What?
It's going to look weird on my search history.
I thought it was, when he told me, I thought it was like they were referring to the woman's vagina.
Does he watch these podcasts?
He said that he would if we talked about this.
Okay, yeah, no, the bonus hole. More viewers.
So, but this is how
I don't know how far we're going to go into this one.
He said that it was referring to like women nowadays. You're not allowed to call it the vagina. You're supposed to call it the bonus hole, which it went over my head because when you think about it, like that's the hole, not the bonus hole. That's the hole. Like the bonus hole, in my opinion, would be something not the vagina.
What would it be, Casey?
Anything not the vagina.
Like what?
Any hand, mouth. But like that's a bonus to having a, I guess, lever.
Yeah, I call it a twofer down there.
Yeah, but we're just going with the basics. Like,
okay.
This is preschool, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you don't say. We aren't adding integers yet.
Okay. Yeah, I can't wait for him to see this to realize that we're going to spend like 10, 15 minutes on this.
I need to see what the TikToks look like on this. Because that's what's bizarre is because he said he saw it on TikTok. Oh, yeah. I don't want to get
that was-
copyright infringements.
It was a dance. Bonus hole. This is gonna look really fucked up on my search history, but take one for the team.
Bonus.
Bonus hole. Bonus hole, an alternative word for the vagina. It is important to check.
Oh, wait.
Which words?
Oh,
So
okay.
what
Yeah.
first means. Bonus hole. Bonus hole. So
Bonus hole.
the
Bonus
Oregon
hole.
Cancer
I think
Charity has been accused of dehumanizing women after advising medics to refer to the vagina
As the bonus hole.
as a bonus hole.
Wow.
Chris
Bonus?
D'Elia, who's a hilarious comedian.
Yeah.
Look
The
at that
bonus hole,
face.
That's a screenshot that one and then save that as like the look you give when you hear the word bonus hole.
That's a good pause.
But the bonus hole is now a term to describe the woman's vagina. So it's instead of saying like
You can't just say it female reproductive organ or vagina or
fellatio. I don't know.
other
The vagina. Like
terms for
the
vagina.
medical term is vagina.
Correct. And now people are going to get offended when we say that.
People are getting offended by
Fuck 'em.
calling it the vagina. Now, this is what I don't
Fuck
get.
'em.
And women are mad, and for rightly so, because we're giving out awards to men for being Woman of the Year. And that
Yeah.
is
Really
if
fucking
that's
stupid.
not a slap in the face. It's almost like letting the swim guy change in front of the other female swimmers.
Yeah. Yep.
Like that's if I could have gotten away with that in high school, like or junior high, bro.
I would have not have waited until I was 18. I can tell you that.
Back in my day, that was called sexual harassment, but
Yeah, no, that's like a 10-day suspension.
or more, or a court case.
Facts.
I mean, Porky's, they had the hole in the wall. Like that was the biggest. Have you ever seen Porky's?
No. The movie?
Yeah. Like the one from this, I think it was late 70s, early 80s.
No, not Porky's, but I keep thinking of Corky Romano. Anybody want some cookies?
I love that movie.
I do too.
That's oddly enough, I was actually talking to Walker about watching that movie because
Yeah,
it was
Corky
when he
Romano's one of my
grabbed the
favorite
bag of cocaine from the dog. That's my favorite scene. You want? I should buy a boat.
You have Hulu?
I do have Hulu.
Okay. You like? Oh yeah, you like dark humor.
Love dark humor.
Brickleberry.
See, I know
Tosh-
Daniel Tosh.
Daniel
is the one
Tosh.
that invented that. I've seen skits of it. It reminds me of
It-
what was that other one that where Nick Kroll made?
Oh.
Where like it was his life going through puberty.
Fuck,
Right?
What was that called? I know what you're talking about. I saw a clip and I was watching an episode last night. You know the character Denzel, right? The African American park ranger from Detroit. Okay, who's got gold chains on?
Is this on Brickleberry? Is this
On
the one that you
Brickleberry.
were telling me about the old lady in the park?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
It-
never seen the show, but I knew that Daniel Tosh had made it. Like a
Daniel
cartoon.
Tosh plays the bear, the little brown bear, and they were talking about. I don't remember what they were talking about at the beginning, but it was Denzel was confessing how much he loves old, raggedy women, just like almost dead. Like if they're not on an oxygen tank, they're useless to him. And it was a cutaway scene. Their cutaways were really, really good. It was a cutaway scene with Denzel in the front driver's seat of the patrol car, and the old lady's just giving them the handy, right?
Giving him a hand.
Handies and candies, and she's having a hard time breathing because she's on oxygen. And you see the little hose going up her nose and shit. And then he's like, "Easy, baby. Just let the Parkinson's do the trick."
See, now if that's not like, is that show still being like made new, or is that like a?
Oh, it was definitely cut. It was.
Oh, it's no longer a show.
No,
Like it's just reruns, or it's like the whole season's on Hulu. I've never been into like the animated comedies, like Family Guy. Couldn't get into it. Couldn't get into Futurama. Couldn't get into what's the other
Futurama, no.
ones?
Rick and Morty.
Nope.
Nope, not me.
Not a
Futurama,
fan.
no. Family Guy, some. Brickleberry, some.
The only thing I've ever watched a Family Guy, and I
What
only
about
did,
Paradise PD?
never heard of it.
Fucking the canine dog who's just a super drug addict.
Like cartoons for me, like I think it's a ruin for me because like cartoons that were like considered bad in the day were like Ren and Stimpy.
Rocco's Modern Life.
That wasn't considered bad. That was Nickelodeon. Like
Oh.
bad is like Ren and Stimpy, Beavis and Butthead, classic.
Butthead. Remember Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I love that show.
Fuck, when they throw that
Like
little...
they redid it and now it's like weird. They pour the water over
And then
the
the
campfire
smoke.
at the end.
Oh, you got to throw that sparkly dust on there. That's what they did in the original.
Well, was it that or was he like?
No, they would reach in the bag, and I thought they threw it.
Oh, that's right. It was like sand or something.
Yeah,
okay, now
they pull it out of that weird bag.
And that wasn't a bad show. Like that was like something kids could watch.
Yeah,
in
it was
the
like
90s.
Goosebumps, like a little
It was
bit tougher.
before Goosebumps, but like
Yeah.
it had the shit scared of me about like I remember I think it was episode 1 actually, and it was like the what do you a virus. A computer
think so,
virus
yeah.
for the arcade.
Yeah.
Bro, that scared the
Yeah,
shit.
I
Like,
think
I
I
don't want
remember
to get
that
a
one.
virus.
Or like when you, I remember staying up late as a kid, and I grew up in Stony Creek apartments with my dad, and my brothers would come over every other weekend, and my 2 older brothers, and my dad would go out, do whatever, have a date or something, and then unfortunately I was stuck home with my 2 other brothers who just loved to fucking beat the shit out of me, and I'd watch Are You Afraid of the Dark? And then directly after that, there was 2 episodes every night. And directly after that was 1 episode of Rugrats, followed by going to Channel 50, which was sci-fi, and that was Tales from the Crypt.
I watched a lot of Tales from the Crypt.
I used to
think
love
it was
that
when they were on
fucking dude.
USA, like USA Up All Night with Gilbert
Yep.
Gottfried.
Do you ever watch the original Twilight Zone?
I'm not a big black and white Twilight Zone fan. I did love the movie.
It was way ahead of its time.
Oh yeah. Well, like, I mean, you had that, and then you had other ones that were like that.
Because
black and white.
Forrest Whitaker, I don't know, was it Forrest Whitaker? I think
Morgan Freeman was in it. I think.
Forrest Whitaker hosted a revamped version of it in the early 2000s of, or was it late 90s?
Did you ever watch the movie of Twilight Zone with the dude from Harry and the Hendersons, the dad? What was his name?
Is that like the one where they had that
Bigfoot?
Bigfoot, yeah.
It was what was his name? He was also in Dexter. Did you ever watch
He had a
Dexter?
really long mouth, like head. Like he had a long.
Lithgow, John Lithgow.
Yeah.
John Lithgow was on like I think it was like the very last story of the movie of Twilight Zone, and it was like he was tripping balls because there was something on the plane, like the
Mhm.
wing of the plane.
I remember when they used to always come out. Once in a while, Stephen King would have a movie come out, and they used to put it on. It was a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah, like The Stand or
The Stand was good.
Stand creeped the shit out of me. Like that scared. Like if
There was one. The Plague.
Tommy
the Plague.
Knockers. Oh my god. Yeah, The Stand was like the it was like Revelations, like it
Mhm.
tied in Revelations of the Bible and with
Yep.
the end of time.
I like the one that
still getting strong.
it's noticeable. Yeah,
Huh.
it's good.
I tried.
I feel like you poured a whole pint.
No, didn't. I actually poured less Tanqueray. It's because you're drinking at the bottom for sure. So
gonna be
take
alright.
the straw out and then just sip on the glass. But the story about the Twilight Zone is that me and my stepson, I lived in a duplex in Goddard, right? And it was that scene of like John Lithgow. He was like looking out the window of the plane and he saw this monster on the wing and it was tearing up the wing to try to take the plane down. And he was tripping balls. And I remember it because I kept hearing a noise, and we had a screen door right outside of our duplex. There was a screen door with a fence, and then beyond that fence was like a farmer's field.
Right,
And
that's scary.
I kept hearing crunch noises, right? And I was like, what the fuck?
That's terrifying.
So I had to take my dog outside. I took her for a walk. She was a little Jack Russell Terrier,
Mhm.
okay? And skittish as shit, right? So anyway, after the movie was done, we go outside, take her for a walk, and I keep hearing that thing, and she runs from underneath my legs with her leash to go back inside, and I go out there with a shitty ass broom, right? Because I don't know what the hell's going on, but it sounds like it's just crunching, and the crunching was getting closer. So I just decided to pop my head over the fence to see what was going on, right? So I pop my head and I have a flashlight. I see this long, scaly, like figurine. So I was like, dude, I got an alligator in my backyard. Like that's the first thought. But as soon as I pulled the flashlight up to where I could get more of a view, I saw 2 armadillos burrowing circles in this field. Like,
So it was armadillos?
yeah, 2 of them. And they say they don't they don't travel in packs or anything like that.
usually
But
see
one
them
was they were going opposite ways.
They're making crop circles.
Yeah, but in like a wooded area with like hedgewood.
Yeah.
Like they were burrowing all these circles in the ground, but like not in the crop. It was just wicked as shit. But from what I Googled about them is that if you scare them, they jump 10+ feet.
Yeah,
Or they get
If you hit them with a car, though, they go.
Well, that's why they get hit, is because whenever they're driving or walking on the side of the road and a semi comes by, they'll jump into traffic.
Yeah, they're stupid.
They'll ruin the shit into your car.
Yeah, I saw a video on TikTok, and it was these two fawns in this guy's yard, and he was like creeping up on him. He wanted to say good morning to him or whatever. They're sleeping in his rock bed, and he's got brick pavers, kind of like how you do out there, and like on your front. And he's got these. They're like like stacked like 2 or 3 high. And one he says, "Hey, good morning." And one fawn jumps up, cracks its head into the wall, and like goes one way and beelines it the other way and like runs into a fence. The other one gets up, smacks into the same wall, runs directly into the fence, crack, drops,
Dead.
Snoring. Fucking snoring.
So like a fainting fainting.
It knocked itself out.
Well, I think a deer is like I think deer.
Why are they so dumb?
Well, deers are
They
like
taste good.
in the same family as a goat. I think they are like a goat. Like they're in the same, like a goat was made first or a deer was made first or something like
Somebody
that.
told me that a ferret is related to a polar bear.
A ferret? So you're going to Google it. A ferret is related to a polar bear.
It sounds like it could be a thing. Ferret related to.
The only thing a ferret because aren't ferrets
reminds
blind?
me of a fucking.
I think ferrets are like related to mongooses.
So they are more closely related to dogs, cats, and bears than they are to rats and mice.
So they're just not a rodent. So are they mammals? I'm assuming they're mammals, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So a ferret, like Theo Vaughn had a good thing about a ferret. He called a ferret a limousine of rats.
A limousine of rats.
Because they're long.
Fuck. I told the speaking of limousines and long, I'm gonna pull this guy's profile up and see if he's part of this, so I can make this joke.
And this is speaking of a limousine and rats.
Just a limo. Limousine. Is that guy? Is he part of this? Does he watch?
I have no idea. Who is that?
It's.
Oh, that's okay. No, yeah, I don't think so.
I told him he had. You could parallel park a limo in his mouth because it's so wide. I said, "Dude, you gotta."
Have you ever seen him eat a sandwich?
It's remarkable. It really is. It's. Bro, this is one bite.
See if I can get his look down right.
I want to hear. Yeah.
It's so
no, but no. He's a good dude though.
There's no problem with him.
He's something special. I told him he's got a 2-car garage mouth.
He says some off the wall shit.
He does.
I had to tell him to kind of tone it down a little bit one day.
He does say some off the wall shit, but he is
like,
funny.
Dude, turn the volume down.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I don't care what you say, just turn the volume down to where not everybody and their mother and aunt can hear you, because that's what's going to get you.
Bottom jaw.
It's like a bubble gum jaw.
Yeah, tuck that in. You're gonna hit that son of a bitch on a tripwire. What kind of questions are there?
What questions?
Where? Because I've never played that.
It's not really.
So what is it? It's just random ones you pull out.
Yeah. So like this game. Oh, that's a sticky pad.
I'll split that shit in half.
Well, no. So like these are like it's a game where what you do is that you read, like, say that you drew the card, right?
Okay.
You would read the card and say there's a group of 5 or 6 people. They would write down on that sticky note like what they think it is, and they would give it to you and you would read it aloud, but you too would also fill out that sticky note of what your answer is.
Oh.
And so what it is everybody has to vote on what they think your actual answer is, and whoever got the most votes wins that card. Kind of like Cards
of Humanity. Yeah, I'm undefeated in that game because I'm really fucked up in the head.
So, but
they are, you could use those and just ask random questions.
Yeah, that's all it is. Like, what is my dream job? So, like, you would write down your dream job is, and then everybody that's a part of the game would write it down and then give it to you, and you would read it aloud. And then at the end of you reading it, everybody votes on it, and whoever got the most votes. So, like, say that mine was like working at a hot dog stand, and everybody wrote that as like they think that you said it. I would get the card or the point because everybody voted on it, or more people.
What is your dream job?
What's my dream job? If I could have any job in the world, it would be to be the keeper of the Stanley Cup or a job like it. So like the person that like follows the Stanley Cup around,
Okay.
right? So like there's 3 people that have that job. So every 3 months or every 4 months, I think
And they
it's
make a
3.
killing just holding on to
I
it.
don't. I honestly don't know how much they actually make. I think 3, 6, 9, 12. I think there's either 3 or 4 people in that position. So like they would alternate. So if like a player wants to take the trophy for a day or like a week, then they would fly the trophy out to where that person is. Or say that the Stanley Cup is going to like a parade. They would have to watch it. They clean it. They're the ones that have to make sure that they, like, say that you wanted to hold it up or drink out of it, right? They would have to make sure that you were a winner of the Stanley Cup or with a winner of the Stanley Cup.
No shit.
Yeah. Like that would be granted, yeah, it's a lot of time out of the year, but I think that would be the baddest job in the world because you get to not only hang out with all the Stanley Cup winners, you get to hang out with what the Stanley Cup winners want to hang out with.
Yeah, all their friends.
Yeah.
I think mine would. It's way opposite.
Opposite of a Stanley. Let me see if I can guess this. So, like, opposite is of in sports or like
Just
total.
literally the most farthest thing from what you said. I want to, and I did this for a brief period of time back home, but it was
Work for Ford.
no, it was a chauffeur license, so it was a non-CDL, but it was a hotshot driver.
A hot shot.
So
driver.
driving
you drive
a-
out firefighters.
No, the like a Mercedes-Benz cargo van,
Okay.
right? And I had a bed in the back, and GPS and all. It was loaded, fully loaded, nice van, brand new. And I drove for a company, and then I would literally go from like Detroit to Kentucky, Louisville, and back, and just
But what's a hot shot? Like,
just last minute, quick routes, delivering, picking
you
up
would like
loads.
that job? Like,
It was fun, dude. It was
I
a
mean,
lot of fun.
I wouldn't say that's complete opposite of what I would do because last minute, like, say that nobody's rented or wanted to check the trophy out, right? Like, you could probably get a
Fair.
last minute trophy person, and you would have to fly to another country, state, or whatever. So, but like when you said hot shot, I think you meant like firefighter, like the person that drives like firefighters out to fight wildfires. But I have other jobs. Like I would also like to be like a food tester. That would be legit. Like somebody that goes out and like say that, hey, we want you to go to this city, find the best restaurants.
They have to pay for everything first.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Travel Channel. Like,
Yeah.
hey, go to this city. You're going to go to Atlanta, or you're going to go to Detroit, or you're going to go to Texas and find the best barbecue. Like,
Yeah.
give me that job. Sign me up.
Who's gonna win that fight
Which one?
on your shirt?
Oh, the Zuck versus Musk.
There was okay. So Zuckerberg put up a picture recently with the 2 UFC fighters.
Go ahead.
While you're down there, with the 2 UFC fighters he's training with, Zuckerberg got
Who's he
fucking.
training with? He's been training for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, but who do you think's really gonna win? Elon might hit him with
The person that I think will win is Zuckerberg, only because of his age and his discipline. Because that man, no matter how nerdy he is, excuse me, he has
Israel,
Adesanya,
yeah, and Alexander
Volkanovski. Are they actually training him though, or is that like a?
No, that's.
Because that's the last. Volkanovski just got done with a fight, so I was kind of curious.
I think I don't know, but I know Elon
GSP
Musk
is training Elon Musk.
Oh, that's legit.
So, like Elon Musk, the thing about him is that
And are they really fighting?
Yeah. Okay. So there's no date been set, so I can't say yeah because I'm not Dana White. But I got this shirt from the UFC store, and I paid for it with my Shopify cash. Like I had all this extra cash, so I just used it for that because I want this shirt because it reminds me of like all the Ali fights.
Yeah.
So I bought that. I was like, but if it doesn't happen, and I was telling one of my buddies that we recorded a podcast together, I told him that even if it doesn't happen, it's a day-to-day fight anyways, because it's Facebook versus Twitter every day.
Yeah, it's Facebook versus Twitter and
Instagram.
Tesla, Instagram.
Not so much I would say it's the social media battle. Like that's what this is. And
Who do you think would win?
I said Zuck.
Oh, that's right. You said
Only
Zuck.
because of his age and his discipline, but I think don't count Musk out because of how smart he is. Because this dude, he also knows how to fight.
Yeah. Yeah. But Elon Musk is pretty fucking intelligent.
So is Zuck.
Zuck,
He's not as smart as Musk, but I think Zuck has him beat on the discipline part because Musk has so much shit going on.
Yeah.
But I think Musk not only has him on weight, he has him on intelligence and how he's going to wear him down. Because GSP, the greatest, in my opinion, the greatest middleweight of all time.
St. Pierre?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, the only person that could come close to him is probably, the guy that's the champion now. The one that just beat, what was his name? He hit him with the greatest head kick of all time is what they say.
Oh.
Knocked him out. And before that, it was the guy before him, and it's not Uriah Hall.
I remember Uriah Hall.
Uriah Hall's the guy that Chris Weidman broke his leg on.
Mm-hmm.
And but the guy that was previously the champion in the middleweight division is probably close to it just because of who he fought. But GSP, he's no joke, and he's coming back. He's training to come back into the UFC, I do believe.
They were saying something about Cowboy.
Cerrone, he just got inducted.
Yeah, he said he'd
Into
come
the
back
Hall of
if it's $5 million or more.
Well, I mean,
Split that up real quick.
He always takes those last second fights.
Does he?
Well, he did, and I mean now he's retired because he's now in the Hall of Fame. So, but he was the guy that they called. Hey, this guy couldn't make weight. You want to come fight? He said, "Yeah, sure."
Let's see what we got here.
Has to make some hot seat questions.
If you purchased your own island, what would you name it?
If I purchased my own island, what would I name it? Don't touch that shit.
I was thinking of something more of like Beardland or something like that.
See, everybody always gets that from me that it's always got to do with beards. This is it's a thing that I wear on my face.
There is a long-standing thing for a lot of people who don't know. When we are at work and Casey fucks with me, I'm substantially a little bit
Hold
bigger.
on, before you say this,
Wait.
you're gonna implicate yourself because it's gonna look a little sketchy, like you're hitting on me.
Fuck it, 2023, bro. So it is what it is.
This is my bonus hole.
Yeah. But sometimes he fucks with me and I'll reach up and I'll slightly wipe the beard and he gets fuck mad. Let me tell you this little guy.
The only time I ever got mad is when you touched me with your shitty ass gloves.
Oh yeah, I did that on purpose.
Oh, and what happened?
Was that when you punched me in the dick?
Yeah, it was.
It sure was.
I chased you down.
All right.
See, the only bad thing about this is that it's not fun.
It is because some of these, I'm going to ask you this, and I want your answer. What you think it'll be? Okay.
Of what I think it'll be.
Yeah.
For
If
you?
I were to break a world record in the next 5 years, what would it be for? You piece of shit.
The most a record that you would have for the most.
A world record in the next 5 years, what would it be for that I would break?
With
what?
Well, I was gonna say, did you want me to think outside the box, or do you want me to think about what you would do at your job?
Give me both.
At your job, most check-ins in a day.
Caused by me?
Yeah, like Priya's. No, somebody claiming Priya on you. Oh, he shook me down and I didn't like it.
Oh, I've had that. Go ahead.
And then outside the box would be, I don't know, most Tinder dates in a day. How's that?
I'm banned off Tinder.
How do you get banned off Tinder?
Got some haters, bro. Yeah, I haven't had
How
Tinder.
do you get banned from it though?
So there's a lot of salty ass people in this world.
Do you mean women or people?
Could be both, women and men.
Well, no, how do you, is it because of something you've said to somebody on there, or is it because
even when I was on there, it's been a while, it's been a long time, but even when I was on there, I wasn't really on there. I wasn't super active. I didn't just blow through. I don't pay for extra shit. I don't just blow through all the likes because they gave you a limit.
I don't know anything
Yeah,
about it.
but I'm gonna say this in a very basic way so that we don't have to get too far into it. There was an individual
Oh,
who was very, very upset about some things. And
before or after? Or during?
I honestly think during and after. There was multiple accounts made with my picture and my name and all types of stuff. There was other dating apps that were made under my name with my picture and all that stuff. That
How many dating apps are there besides Tinder? Like,
fuck, dude.
there's
You got
Facebook date.
Facebook dating. You got POF, Tinder.
See, okay, POS
There's-
was the thing when I was like
Yeah.
single, but like other than that, I didn't know anything about like
Out here-
Match.com was, but I
Yeah, but
didn't
those
wanna
are
pay
all
for
those you have to pay for. Like eHarmony and Match, you got to pay for.
eHarmony.
Like the top free ones, you'll have Tinder, Facebook dating, Bumble, POF,
Bumble.
Meet Me. Yeah, Bumble is funny because there's ads for it all over Facebook and TikTok where their marketing ploy is females have to message you first. Now,
That's
lot
on
of
which one?
Bumble, yeah. So like a lot of people, like especially the females, they'll like you and you'll match and you could fucking have 15, 20 matches.
But you won't
People
be able
can't.
to talk
People
to
don't know how
them
to fucking
until-
communicate these days. So fucking a female sending you a message is fucking unheard of. You're supposed to reach out first. Because there's a fucking standard, right? There's this fucking generational society standard where the man is supposed to fucking reach out first. But it's a huge waste of time. And if you look at any reviews for Bumble, that's one of the biggest ones you'll see. The most common review you'll see is it's a waste of time due to shit like that. I had a Bumble that was made under my name with my
Bumble.
pictures and shit. I didn't know about it until there's this group, I guess, online where it's a bunch of bitter ass females and they post all these pictures and profiles of different. I had like 5 dating apps I didn't even know about. Yeah. I had no fucking clue.
See,
But-
I've only heard out of all of those, I've heard of the Tinder, and I heard of Tinder by accident.
Mhm.
Okay, I was taking my stepson to college,
Okay.
and apparently, let me get a beer. Apparently,
Hydrate.
the thing is, in colleges, they've got Tinder for the university. So, like, if you want to meet women or men
Yeah.
from that university,
You-
you download Tinder.
You have
put
it and
in
you put your school in.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's why if you
And,
download
like,
Tinder, yeah.
Because I had heard what Tinder was, but I didn't actually know like
Right.
what it was. I mean, I knew that it was for hooking up. Like
Mhm.
that's what it was for. And my wife, we drop him off for school, and she's like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Oh, that's where they meet up and just bang." And she's like, "What? No way."
They
I was
meet
like,
up and
"What?"
just bang.
I was like, "That's really all
That's
it is."
basically what it is.
And she didn't believe me. And so like I found it odd that like the school was literally promoting like promiscuous activity. Like normally you don't have a school.
They
that
don't
does
they
that.
don't classify it as that. They say it as a social media, as a
So Facebook.
fair.
So what Facebook was intended for.
What do people wrongly assume about me?
About you?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a question, man. You change subjects like fucking underwear.
Lightning. Hot
Jesus.
seats, bro.
That's not hot seats.
It's hot.
About you?
This one's gonna get a little serious.
It is a little serious. What do people say that?
There's a lot of fucking people.
Ask me one more time.
There's a lot of people. Full disclaimer. There's a lot of people who are going to hear this podcast and hear this episode, and this one goes out to some of you motherfuckers. So,
So
what do people wrongly assume?
Wrongly
about me?
assume.
Because you've spent time with me at work.
Yeah, but
You spent time with me outside of work.
yeah, but we don't hang out at work doing the same job. Like we do have the same occupation,
Correct.
I guess, but we don't do the same
We're
job.
in completely
so-
different departments. Right.
Hmm.
But you've got to know me a little bit more outside of the
Well,
work itself as well.
The thing is that when I first started at the prison, we both worked at the prison, and the thing that I did, or I was trained to do, was it's not that I didn't take shit from people. I didn't let little things slide, right?
Right.
And that's really how I got trained to do it. So I still to this day am tedious, or I nitpick at like, get out of the grass, or don't sit on the table,
Right.
shit like that. I think that they might think that you not over, but you are picking not necessarily fights, but like if you let them get away with the small things, like what are you going to do about it's going to be harder to fix the bigger things than it is the small things. So if you can get them to either take their hat off or turn it right side,
Mm-hmm.
take the cutoff off, or get off the table, or stay out of the
Right.
restricted area, then your job is going to be easier when it comes to the harder things.
Right.
And that's what I would think is that you're trying to pick a fight. Maybe. Is that good?
That makes no sense.
No, like you're blowing things out of proportion.
That's what people think. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
people-
because I don't work with you like in a
Fair.
cell house, so I can't say anything.
One thing I love, and I'm gonna fucking chime in on this because there's a lot of motherfuckers that are gonna hear this and fuck you, but because this one's personal. But
is it personal because you allow it to be, or because
no? It's gotten to the point to where
I don't care. That's the thing.
No,
like,
I don't. But
no.
when
But
this
when you
image,
say it like that, people might think that you do care.
I
So that's the
care
thing.
to an extent. Let me and I'll touch base on that because people have created this image. I've learned more about myself, about who I am from so many other people that I've never fucking met before working where I'm at.
Like what?
Just behavior based and characteristics. Like I'm this, that, and the other, and I'm X, Y, and Z, and I'm A, B, C, D, E, and F. But if you take fucking 10, 15 minutes to talk to me outside of when I'm having to be the person that I am for 8 to 12 hours a day,
Yeah.
that I'm paid to be,
Mm-hmm.
you realize I'm really not.
Well, I'm a
that.
totally different person at work than I am
Facts.
here. Now, I don't know if people realize that.
And that's the thing. That doesn't fit their narrative. Because they see that one type of person that you are, the person that you're getting paid to be,
Right.
right? And
But hold on, you could say that also about me because I think that you always assume that I have no soul. Right?
you don't have a fucking soul.
I do have a soul. I'm a very fun and
No, you are. I do that because that's my way of fucking with you.
But that's the thing though. At work,
You
I
just wish you
don't
brought
show
more
emotion.
Pepsi.
I don't show emotion. At
Fair.
work.
Yeah, you smile like this,
I take my job seriously,
as you should.
but like I don't. I've only heard that from you though.
What?
You're the only one that says that I have no soul.
Usually that's in the middle of a joke.
Right, but what I'm saying is that you say that I show no emotion.
Facts.
Nobody else has ever said that. Now,
That's
I don't
fair.
know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It's not
I
a
just
bad
leave
thing.
my work at work and I leave my home home.
Exactly.
I don't know if everybody else does that. We just have too many kids working there.
That's the problem, dude. That's the sad part because, I'm all about getting somebody in the door and getting them to start a career because you can make a lot of fucking money. You can make a lot of money in this industry. There's room to grow. It really. I mean, I've gone through all
I
three
wouldn't
ranks.
say that you can make a lot of money. I think you can make a lot of you can get a lot of experience to make money.
Facts. I almost made
You could-
$100,000 last year.
But that's working way too many hours.
In the beginning of the year, last year I did work a little bit too much, but even this year, man, like right now it's the 7th month of the year and I'm at 43,000 and I'm enjoying it. So it's not bad.
Oh, I'm not saying that it's bad, but I mean, as security, like I did overtime to help out people, like captains and stuff like that. I never wanted to kill myself. Like I would work maybe a day off here and there. I would never want to work doubles.
Never.
Hated that.
I remember the first pay period outside of training when I went through class, I did 14 days straight of doubles.
That's your
I
fault.
wanted to jump off a bridge. It was terrible. But that's one thing that I love and hate about this generation.
But
too,
you
is-
could say that, like that card, like it says, what do people like take, like they mistake about me or whatever, like
I think I got an answer for you.
from me? What's that?
Yeah. So if you were to ask me, what do people wrongly assume about me?
About me as in me asking the question?
I think a lot of people assume you're a dick,
Okay.
but they're way wrong.
Like, who says that I'm a
Well,
they're
it's
like,
just, it's
not don't say who says it. Like why
No.
would they say that?
it's the way because you take your job serious, right?
Right.
You carry yourself a certain way. You don't interact with people you don't have to interact with,
Right.
right? You don't have to necessarily come in and deal with security or, this, that, and the other. You are in charge of your department. You have staff under you. You have details that are under your supervision.
Right.
And a lot of people, oh, he's not willing to interact with us. He's probably a dick, this, that, and the other. And you're kind of loud on the radio, but you take your job serious. To other people that are inside that wall, they're, oh, this guy's a fucking dick. This guy's that, and the other. Fuck them.
I don't care.
I've come to realize that there's a lot of things that people who talk a lot of shit aren't gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't worry about the people that think that I am what I
But you're
am
definitely not a
not.
dick. You make a good drink though. I'll give you that.
I know that I can be a dick. My wife says that all the time.
You can. Anybody can.
But like the reason why I am short at work is that I'm short and to the point, and I'm very simple. Like if you ask me a question, I'm going to give you a straight answer.
Facts.
Don't ask a question you don't want to hear the answer to. Like don't ask me what I need to work on as an individual if you actually don't want to hear that.
Right. Don't
Because
and that's a lot of things too.
I will be as honest as I can, respectfully,
right
as I can.
Yeah, my thing now, man. I go to work. I don't interact with a lot.
Dickie got a little, and I'll say his name just because he don't care. He likes to have it hear his name. Dickie, I love Dickie. Dickie,
does he watch these?
I don't. Think
I hope
so.
he does. Dickie, shout out to Dickie, man.
Dickie, he got a little upset because I said that you had came over and we recorded a couple of these. He said, "What?" I was like, "What?" And I was like, "You've never asked me." And he's like, "I didn't think I had to." I was like, "I didn't think that you would ever be that type of person." So I've got no problem.
Dickie cracks me up, man.
I love Dickie. Dickie is one fun. Dickie reminds me of a bigger version of Kevin Hart.
He is. Dickie is. God, he's all right. I like Dickie. He cracks me up.
Dawes should be coming on here one of these.
Fuck yeah.
One of these episodes.
And I hope does Dawes watch these?
I don't think so. I mean, I sent him a couple links and I sent him a message, and he knows. He
might. But if Dawes, if you do watch it, I really want my shirts made.
Okay,
that's my plug. But here, transition. You ready?
Okay.
You first.
You want me to ask this?
Yeah.
I would be really uncomfortable if I were forced to attend a blank
I already have my answer.
LGBTQ.
Bingo, motherfucker.
If I were forced, like, this is one thing that I fear. Like, I don't ever want to be told that I have to refer to somebody as what they are not.
Yeah, I don't care what you believe in,
and
who
it's
you love.
Not that you want to be called a sir or ma'am. If I know your last name, I'm going to call you by your last name. So, like, if your name is Foster and you want to be referred to as he, they, or she, it, or whatever, I'm going to call you Foster.
Mm-hmm.
That way, there's no question. Because I screwed the pooch one day because one of the I don't know if it was a new hire or if it was they introduced themselves and they literally gave me their pronouns and said I go by. I was like,
was that recent?
No, this was a year ago, and I gave them a little like air gun. I was like, oh, that.
Are they still there?
I don't think I've ever seen them since then.
I had I'm not gonna say names, obviously, but
Dickie.
Fucking Dickie. I agree with you 100%. I don't care who you love, who you want to be with, what the fuck
That's
ever you
totally
want to be.
fine. I'm not gonna
but don't fucking push it down my fucking
conference.
throat because it makes you feel some type of way. Go fuck yourself. Period.
I'm not gonna force. Like, I don't want to see straight people sucking face, but I also don't want to see the same. It's the same thing. Like, I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're bi. I don't care if you're into that. But don't force me to. It's kind of like going through the medicine cabinet at somebody's house. Like, it's not okay until it's okay, because I think it's okay as long as you don't find out. Like, I'm gonna go through there to see how crazy you are. If you're gonna force me to call you something, I should find out.
Yeah.
Huh?
You'll never use my bathroom.
Oh,
Dickie. You know that's gonna be the plug for the rest of this episode. I hope when he sees this, he realizes, oh man,
I'm gonna title it Dickie.
Fuck yeah, and then send it to him.
Big Dickie or Little Dickie?
Little Dickie, 100%. So I had this person in training, and
how long you been there now?
Almost 3 years. Almost 3 years, all 3 shifts, all 3 ranks. It's been a ride, but I'm
all 3 rank. You mean
I've done corporal, sergeant, master sergeant. 3 ranks that I give a fuck about as far as where I want to be.
You don't have any goals other than now?
I'll never promote again.
Ever? Not even unit team?
Nah, I'm good. I'm cool where I'm at.
Maybe you'll change your thoughts. I mean, I never thought that I would be where I was.
I have nothing against it.
I put in for the position I'm in now as not really a joke,
right?
But
I'm very happy with where I am.
I was tired of not knowing what I was going to be doing the next day with who I was going to be doing it with.
I got lucky. I have a very solid, I have a decent team up in that shift command right now. I'm very happy that I have Sunday, Mondays off.
It's pretty sweet.
It is. It's normal. I have a normal schedule. You know what I mean? But we had this person in training, and we had somebody doing a class or whatever. Somebody in the class said something about ABC people.
ABC people.
Yeah, the LGBTQ $sign.
They said ABC.
Exclamation point. Whatever. There's so many different acronyms and letters and
Oh, I was like,
pound
did
signs.
they refer
and-
to them as ABC?
Yeah,
That's
but that person that was in the class was one of them, right? He, her, them, they, is, that, whatever.
the pronouns.
Yeah, and no disrespect, I just don't fucking know them all because there's way too many, and there's always adding 50 more every day. But they stood up and they got fucking mad. Like, you can't call us that, this, that, and the other.
Who called them that?
I can't say.
Oh, no, I'm saying like you didn't say that.
Somebody else said it.
Okay.
And was in conversation, didn't even directly say it to them, but was referring to that group, that if you are in that group and you are easily offended, you're in the wrong fucking industry.
Yeah, I mean, if
And
you're
they-
easily offended at all, then
What-
you're in the wrong. Like with anything.
Yeah. What does the acronym HOT stand for?
HOT.
Hose on trains.
Hose on train. Oh,
Fuck
this
yeah.
is like a fun one.
Bingo.
HOT.
HOT.
Hot. HOT.
Hot.
HOT. Hose on train.
That's
All right,
what. That's
all
what we say. That's what I used to say back
All
up in
right,
Michigan.
Dr. Seuss. Hot. HOT. Herpes only transmitted. I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. You said hose on train.
We're gonna transition out of that one.
I'm not a Dr. Seuss. Let's go for my dick.
What? Wait. I got one more. What? What have I already done for the last time in my life?
What have you already done for the last time in your life? Probably speak freely about the LGBTQ
No.
community.
No.
You're probably going to get banned off every dating website now. This is going to be read on Facebook since they are listening.
Is it really?
I don't know. I mean, I posted to YouTube, so. What is the craziest thing I've done with a stranger?
Do I get to? Want me to answer this one?
Probably not.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's only coming from the professional point of view of me.
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna text it to you, and I want to see your reaction. So one thing that I've done for the last time.
Well, here. I have a notepad here.
Okay. Yeah. Let me get a.
Oh, my bad.
Yep,
I have
that's
another
fine.
one.
We have another one. Let me get a pen. Sharpie pen, please. Yeah, I'll take it. Is that a Sharpie?
I don't know what it is. It's a
All right.
pen.
You ready
I
for
got
this?
so many pens.
No, we can't. You can say it, but I don't. Whatever.
What's the last thing that you have
So the
done for
question
rest
was,
of your
right?
life?
What have I already done for the last time in my life?
I have a word that starts with R. You want to say it out loud, what I think?
Yeah, what's yours? What's your...
Reproduced. And that's only because I don't think that you want to have any more kids, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you do.
At this point, when you edit this, I want at this very minute, at 49:15, I want the camera to focus directly on your face.
Okay. Well, that's simple. Hold on. Let me... Yeah, I'm not going to say that out loud. I mean, I could edit it, or not edit it. I could say that very PG if you would like me to.
Nope.
I think your expression was going to be way better highlighted than mine. Because I actually thought that was a lie.
No, that's dead serious.
That's, I don't know if that's sad or
I was in St.
something.
Louis.
I usually try to get out of St. Louis, not stay.
I had a layover.
I thought it was on a bus.
Yeah, Greyhound.
So they're still called layovers?
I had a layover in St. Louis for like 4 hours.
All right.
Yeah.
What is the craziest thing you've done with a stranger? Wait, I guess that fits in with that one, huh? Next card. Do you remember the person's name? That's the question.
No.
If I were invisible, what would be the first thing that you would do?
If I were invisible,
Yeah.
not go to work.
If you were invisible? Yeah, but then you would.
Or I would take the winning lottery ticket for the Powerball. Yeah. Fuck yeah, I would.
I would go to work just to see like what, like on my day off, just to see like what in my department, just see what's going on.
I have an update for you because you've been gone for
a day.
Yeah, this was last night.
Okay, I don't want to know.
No, I'm gonna tell you.
Well, last night was Saturday, so we didn't have anything go on in the yard.
I think that's who it is. Is that yours? That his name?
Yeah, but that wasn't in the yard though.
No. Nope, that was at the house.
Oh, well. You get away with it?
No.
So where's he at?
Don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll find out when I go back.
It's fair.
That's another thing that I don't do is I don't worry about work. I don't worry about my job when I'm at home. That's a rule.
What short phrase can someone say to make me instantly like them?
Instantly like them?
Go the fuck away.
I'm from Detroit.
No. There's people.
Detroit Rock City.
Go the fuck away. Get fucked.
Like you would like them if they said that? Oh, like you mean at work?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, let's move on to a different question. Go ahead and put those cards down because I've been wanting to ask this about aliens for a while.
Okay.
What other than seeing an alien prove what other than I guess would you have to see an alien for you to believe that they were real or
no?
Why not?
Well, honestly, I'm not a.
Refill. Natter days, baby.
Natty daddies. I believe in the unknown, but I don't necessarily believe in like.
You don't believe in the unknown, as in like. Ugh.
Oh no! Oh no!
That ruined my Monday.
I
Go ahead.
So your question was, do I have to physically see one?
Yeah, do you have to physically see it for you to believe that they are real?
No, because there's way too fucking much that we don't know. There's way too much that we don't understand. You know?
Right.
Like, how are we, like, what's the name? There's that black hole that's sucking everything up right now. It's a monster.
I don't pay attention to that part of it.
But there's so many things out there that we don't know. You know what I mean?
Right.
You'll get the people that want to battle, you know, the gospel.
I don't pay attention to that part, but I will listen to hours and hours of Neil deGrasse Tyson all day.
He is one of the smartest people on the planet, without a doubt. Astrophysicist.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you'll have people that when this topic is brought up, you'll have people that want to chime in on the religious aspect versus the scientific aspect. And rightfully so, they have that right to go whatever way they believe, you know, but there's too fucking much, man. There's all these planets and, you know, and the galaxy, the Milky Way, the universe, you know, all these suns. Like, think about it, right? Like, back in the day, do you remember a guy named Carl Sagan?
Yeah.
I've
actually watched, or
I used to
read
watch
a couple
him.
books of his. I think he's the guy that did the, he's the one that, he was actually a minister or something, wasn't he?
I think so, yeah.
And then he did the,
he used to do a TV show.
Well, he did a TV show, but he also is the one that did the study of, what was it? I forgot what exactly it was. I think he was sent out to do research on religion itself, and then he came back like many years later saying, you know what, religion is crap, but he thinks it had something to do with shrooms. Is that the same guy?
Possibly. I remember in 5th and 6th grade, my dad had me in this program called Inspire, and I'll never forget, it was held at the Riverbend Park in Shelby Township, Michigan. and it was like a space program, like for kids, and you study space and rockets, and you build model rockets. You sit in a space shuttle simulator. You have to learn how to land the space shuttle in the simulator, and we watched all these movies on Carl Sagan, and like one of the things that stuck with me was if you look up in the night sky, right,
Right.
and you see a star.
Oh no, this is not the same guy. He's the astrophysicist slash cosmologist.
Who was
Okay,
Carl?
yeah.
He
So
was
this
super
isn't the guy
smart.
that I thought he was.
But you look up in the night sky and you see all these stars, right? What's really trippy, if you take a pair of night vision goggles and then you look up, fucking loaded stars. Every single square millimeter of the sky is covered. But if you look at a star, that star really may not even be there. That star could have been burnt up and blew up millions of years ago, but it's so far that we're just now seeing the gas from it.
Right.
That's
Well,
fucking trippy,
I mean,
dude.
that's what the sun was, is what they say. I do believe, isn't it? It's like a giant.
It's a giant star. Well, it's a baby star.
A baby star.
Our sun is not very big compared to other stars in the galaxy. It is not that big.
Well,
Let me pull
could
this
have
up.
fooled me on during the summertime. It's big as shit because it's hot as fuck.
Biggest star.
Yeah, but like the biggest star we see is our star. I do believe.
Okay, you ready?
Go ahead.
So the biggest star in the universe that we know of is UY Scuti. Is a very hypergiant with a radius around 1,700 times larger than the radius of the sun. Our sun.
1,700 what? 1,700
Times. But here's it. To put that in perspective, the volume of almost 5 billion suns could fit inside the sphere. Wait, I'm buzzed. To put that in shit, slow down there. To put that in perspective, the volume of almost 5 billion suns could fit inside a sphere the size of UY Scuti.
So 5 billion of our suns
could fit inside the sphere of this one. That's
but we can't see it, right?
Correct. Let me see.
So it's not in our galaxy, or it's not in our what do they call that? I'm not nerdy enough, I guess, but it's not in our solar system. So like it's nothing that we could measure. We just know that it's there because of the new, I guess, photography.
No, you can see it in the sun, in the night sky, but it's very, with as far as it is, it's very faint.
Have you ever seen a UFO? That you
not a
claim
UFO. I've
to be
seen
a UFO?
I've seen. Damn, sorry. I saw Halley's Comet one time in 1997.
That's not the same thing.
No, but as far as a UFO, I've only seen. Only things I've seen flying through the sky are shooting stars and fucking airplanes. I do catch the space station once in a while.
I don't think I've seen
once or twice
I don't
in a
pay
year.
attention that much to our night skies, but
I'll drink and space out.
I can't say that I've ever seen a UFO or had a sighting, but I did know a girl, her grandmother claimed that she was abducted by aliens, and those are the people that I kind of like you're not, like, to me, they're not interesting enough for me to say, yeah, you are like lauded to be claiming, oh yeah, I was taken up there for testing. It's like,
There was a movie.
there's a ton of movies.
It was based out. It was a true story, but it was out of. I think it was in Alaska. A lot of shit goes on up there for some reason.
Well, like they say that, like, I mean, I don't know if you're familiar with when we actually started seeing like UFOs and stuff. Like, do you know when that actually started? It was after we dropped the 2 bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah, those were.
That's when we started seeing like all these UFOs, and like that's where they claim that
we woke them up or something.
Not that we woke them up, we got them interested. It's like, oh, dude, these people are fucking crazy. These people are trying to kill.
Could you
this
imagine,
shit.
like, if aliens were real, right? Like, just think about what they're up there looking back down at.
But how do we know they're up there? And how do we know, like,
They're not down here already
A lot
walking.
of sightings are claimed to be over water, and then they shoot into the water with no splash. That's bizarre as shit. But like that's
Open the door.
But like that's the thing. Like they say that our outer space is so unmeasurable that we don't even know what the hell's in the ocean.
We don't, dude.
We haven't even built.
We don't.
We haven't even built a
Like, we can't even find the bodies or any type of remains from the billionaires that took a dive in an ocean.
Yeah, but I think we just gave up because it's like, that was on them. But
there's no pictures of them ever getting into the damn submarine. Isn't that crazy?
there's too many like.
He was the dude that one of the billionaires that was on there. He was
the one that took his son.
He was married to a direct descendant of victims of the actual Titanic.
I mean, really, how many people do you think that were direct descendants of the Titanic? I mean, they were immigrants that were brought over from England. So there was so many people that live in America today that probably were direct descendants. And the only way for you to actually know that is to do that 23andMe stuff. And I'm totally against that. I don't want to find out if I'm like...
Bro, that's just a fucking joke, bro. Because you're putting your fucking saliva into these fucking canisters and shit, and you're mailing them off. How do you know they're really going to these labs for fucking heritage testing?
But
you're going straight to the fucking Langley,
same
Virginia.
thing for you. Like, did you ever go to church and put money into
I never tithe.
tithing bin? Like, but have you ever?
No.
Have you ever seen people tithe?
Yeah.
Like, that's the reason why they stay open. But like, people that tithe, I mean, they have no right to say, how do we know where our saliva is going? And that's what I was getting at. So I mean, it's like, I mean, this whole tithing thing, or the whole saliva thing, I think it's got to be way more than your saliva. It's got to be some blood, some urine, some semen, some hair, some spit, everything. It's got to be everything under the sun about your body. Maybe some skin, some dandruff or something to get that test legit. But like, all that is just letting you know that you might have a serial killer in your life. Like, somebody in your family at one time could have been like, who was that killer over in England? The
Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, like, you could be related to that.
I've had some pretty fucked people in my life. Like, in my family, right?
I mean, you are from Michigan.
Well, so my mother's side of the family, they're from Michigan, obviously, but they ended up spending their last days down in Tennessee. And I had this year alone, I had 2 deaths. I had my first cousin, Devin, passed away from an overdose. I guess this dude was found. And I grew apart from them when I was a young, like, before I really hit my teenage years. So I didn't really remember them very well. I remember my childhood memories with them, but that's my mother's side of the family. And so my cousin Devin, he overdosed.
Do you have like mental health issues in your family, or is that just like
my mother's side of the family? Absolutely. There was a lot of problems.
And the reason I ask that is because like me dealing with like I can't say that I've ever been depressed. Like, I've never. Like,
well,
there's a difference between being depressed and I think feeling sad, or like being blue. Like, I've never felt that being.
I've always struggled with a little bit because, like, being 11
of
years
depression or of like mental health.
I think depression. When I was 11, my own mom, she just like quit. She just said, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna fucking come see my kid anymore. Just quit."
Your real mom?
Yeah, never heard from her. Saw her. Got a phone call, got a fucking email, a message, a fucking letter in the mail, a postcard, nothing for 15 years. And then that day, the last day was in 2016. I get a phone call from Tennessee, and I knew I had family down there. I knew I had my sister, my older sister, who I don't talk to. But she calls me, and she's like, "Hey, it's your sister." And I'm like, "Why the fuck are you calling me? Like, what do you fucking want?"
Is this your sister from your mom's side?
Yeah, it's my half sister, so it's my mom's other daughter. She's like, "Well, hey, mom's got like 10 minutes until she passes. Do you want to say anything?" Whoa. What the fuck? It's been 15 years and this is the phone call I get. And it happened. I said what I had to say, and and I didn't get any answers for why she did what she did, and she flatlined and died on the phone with me. It was pretty fucked up. But this year alone, the beginning of the year, I had my cousin Devin, he overdosed on heroin.
What did she die of? Your mom?
Breast cancer and drugs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was the breast cancer, but the fact that she was so strung the fuck out, she refused to ever go get help and chemo and stay on top of it. She just let it fucking take her away. But my cousin Devin, he overdosed on heroin in Tennessee, I believe it was heroin. And they found him in his house. Just found him, or his apartment or whatever he was fucking. They just found him. And then not too long after that, this is fucked up. But not too long after that, my aunt Leslie, which was his mother, she committed suicide by laying on a fucking railroad track across it. With
That's intense.
her head was on the track. In the middle of the night, she left and fucking laid on the fucking railroad track.
That's brutal.
That's fucking wild.
Like,
And then my other.
but how do you, like, did she write a note or something? And I don't mean to get into like the
No.
touchy subjects.
The
Like,
only
how do
reason
you
they
know that
found
that's,
out
like,
was
a
the fact
suicide
that-
and not like, oh, she got drunk and like
The only reason they
for a
found
penny
out,
that she put on the track. And
she the conductors obviously emergency brake and
Right.
fucking stopped and realized they fucking just ran somebody over. And the way that her body was, like, because there was a camera on the train. For some reason, I don't know the rail company or whatever, but in that area when they go through these highly populated cities, they have cameras for insurance purposes probably to go through but you could see on camera that she just laid down. And fucking right before it got there, she laid down. It was on purpose.
Like, that's got to take guts. Like,
That's-
and I've got no like.
That's
like,
you got to have a fucking pair. Because that train's not stopping anytime soon. Yeah. Yeah. That took a turn, huh?
That was wild.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think I'm glad that I didn't have to like watch. I mean, my mom passed also, but I'm glad that I didn't have to see anything like go on with her. I mean, I was close with my mom, but I'm
Right.
glad that I didn't actually have to watch her go through anything to where I had to say, I wish I got this much time. Like, granted, yes, I wish I had more time with my mom, and I wish I would have spent more time with her, but that's only because it was all of a sudden.
Right.
But like, I'm glad I would much rather have it go the way that it did than to either see her struggle physically or health wise,
Right.
than anything.
Yeah.
But like the whole my mom was highly depressed, and I find that weird because my mom was like, she worried about like the price of eggs in China, like she like worried about the
Yeah.
health of other people and all that stuff. But I don't. It's not that I don't worry about that specifically, but I don't like feel like depressed.
You're not gonna dwell on it to the point where it's
No.
gonna start fucking you up.
I just, and I don't know if that's like the way that I was either raised or the way that I deal with stress maybe. But like depression to me, I find to be like a very weird topic. It's almost like space. Like you'll
Yeah.
never know the real reason beyond.
You'll never will. And it's like, you get these people that do these films and documentaries and docu-series on Netflix and shit too, where it's like taking a dive into the fucking mind of a serial killer. You can't. You could try to get an understanding and interview them and try to figure out and piece the puzzle together, but you will never, ever be able to actually understand where and what happened.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, that's kind of a climactic fucking
We hear thunder as
Yeah.
we're talking about
serial
some
killers.
doom and gloom shit.
Yeah, but you'll never be able to understand, and it ties, like you said, it ties back into the whole like space and and are we alone theory, because you'll never fucking know. And by the time that you think that maybe you're just fucking getting a grasp on things, your time's up. Punch the clock, big homie.
I've been asked before if I was scared of dying. Like, I can't say that I've been.
What is your
that
biggest fear?
My biggest fear, like my biggest fear is that I could have done something probably to prevent, like, if I could do something to make something better for somebody that I care about, because I know about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't have, like, say it was like the health of, like, say my wife or my brother, my sister, like if I could have done something to prevent it from happening and I knew about it and I couldn't do it. But like death, I don't think that scares me. I think it scares me because like I don't know what's going to happen after I'm gone. Like I worry about what my wife's going to be able to do, or how my family would feel. Like I couldn't imagine losing like a kid.
Yeah, so if you go, dude, recreation goes to shit. There's no more podcasts.
Oh, I would never care about that.
I know. No, I think mine would be like dying alone. Tom Hardy made a statement a long time ago. I don't remember it verbatim, but to paraphrase it is, if you've been alone for so long or an unspecified amount of time, you start to become comfortable, right? Like I can do everything on my own. I fucking 4 or 5 years ago, I was practically homeless. I barely had a pot to piss in, had a shit car. I didn't even have enough money to ever get my tires replaced. The white threads inside the fucking rubber was showing. I had a leaking fuel line. You know, I had shit brakes. I wasn't there for my kids. Like I was fucking garbage.
Well, but you could also say that for like you might have been alone, like you're saying that
Right.
you were alone, but like you didn't have to be alone. You could have chose to like.
I think for the betterment of everything.
Sorry, this went to like a.
It did. It kind of went to a personal level,
This
but
is not Dr. Phil.
no, it's not. It's not. But like I think being
But it
alone,
should be talked about.
Yeah, I think being alone in that time in my life was probably the fucking best thing that could have happened. Because man, oh man, did I fucking
Was it the best thing for other people, or was it the best thing for you? That's the question.
Both.
Because if you don't have like, if you don't live life like,
I wasn't in a position to really put myself in anybody else's life to where they could enjoy my existence and vice versa. But
yeah, but how do you ever know that though? Like you'll never know that.
I was miserable. I was fucking angry.
You were miserable, but how do you know other people would have been miserable?
They don't want to. People don't want to be around that.
That's not necessarily
Who's going to thrive around somebody who's going to be constantly pissed off?
Psychiatrists do it all the time.
Yeah, they're getting paid.
Not all of them. Not all of them are getting paid.
If I found somebody,
but what I'm saying is that like, say that your life was. Damn, this mic is like. Hold on a second.
Hydrate.
No, there we go. Make sure that I can hear myself first. Testing. Oh, we're good. Go ahead and talk. I want to make sure I didn't mess yours up.
Ooh, yep.
All right. But no. The one thing that I'm saying is that like you'll never know if like you were better off without people because nobody ever knows that. You'll know like it's kind of like the whole suicide thing. Like the people that commit suicide,
right?
Like they honestly believe that life for
will
everybody, that life is better for everybody that's around them,
right?
With them gone, but that's never the fact.
Yeah, no,
ever.
not at all.
It's actually the complete opposite.
Yeah,
times 100.
I fucking moved back here in like 2019, I think, and fucking stayed at a hotel, and it was. I had my first real place that I had in Kansas was down in Wichita. And it was this little shitty ass 1-bedroom house. I mean, no bigger than. This would probably be the bedroom and the living room. This room right here.
My first house that I moved out of, my mom was so pissed. Like I moved out and I was with a girl that I mean, we were dating and then we later got engaged. But like I moved in to, it was like the lady that I was renting from was my future fiance's stepdad's ex-mother-in-law. Like she was a slumlord, right? So yeah, like 100%. I moved out of my mom's house. I had planned on moving into this house. I didn't have a bed. I didn't have a couch, didn't have a TV, didn't have any of that. And I just threw my clothes that I had on my hanger down on the ground, right? And that's what I slept on my first night.
No shit.
And this should have been the red flag, is that like my girlfriend and fiance at the time, she got mad at me because I had just got done working 16 hours. She got mad at me for me not hearing my phone go off with her texting. Like that should have been the first red flag, is that she walked into that house and just snapped. Like I was like, what?
Gotta go.
And I was sleeping right on this pile of clothes, not a bed, not a couch, a pile of clothes that were on hangers. And then her mom, out of all people, like we didn't ever see eye to eye. Granted, I took her little girl away, but like she came into that place and was like, no, you're not living here. Right. So she took it upon herself. And like that it was a blessing in disguise that she did this, but she walked in, she said, you're not living here. She saw me laying on this pile of clothes that were on hangers, and she's like, I'm going to find you a place. And was it the best? No, still not the best. This guy was a lawyer, and it was still like a, I guess, bottom of the barrel type apartment, but I would say that it was like the best apartment a college student could ever have. If that's because like dorms are expensive as
Oh,
shit,
dude, fucking college.
like, but
I
like,
never
my first
went.
place was so sad.
My first place was this little fucking apartment. And once you post this to Facebook, and my buddy Rodney and Anthony and see this, and then Rodney's mom Tiffany, shout out to the Switex.
Switex,
Switex. Those
that's like some pharmaceutical company.
They are badass. I'll give that family is badass. They've been with me since through my worst of times to my best. So shout out to the Switex, Rodney, junior, senior, and Tiffany and AJ and all them. But this little shithole apartment I had, God, it sucks so bad. It was a barn, a fucking barn.
Some of those are sweet though.
That's
some like Roadhouse shit.
Fuck no, this shit sucked. Luckily, Rodney one day hit me up. He said, "Hey man, you want this California King?" Fuck yeah! I had a fucking air mattress on some milk crates on a fucking pile of milk crates that I had, and that was my frame, right? Well, this California King, I go pick this shit up, and it fucking took up the whole fucking room. I had to, when I get up out of my bed, my room was so small, it was like putting a California King right here, like from here over.
Right.
That was my whole room though. I had to get up and walk across my bed to go into the closet, to walk across my bed again to get out of the room. There's no fucking floor room. But
a barn, like apartment.
The bottom part was divvied up into two different apartments. The top was an upstairs apartment with like 2 or 3 bedrooms.
A studio. Or was no you
It was apartments.
You lived in a studio? Or?
No, it was an actual 1-bedroom apartment, but the whole place itself was probably the living room, bathroom, fucking bedroom, and kitchen and dining room was as big as your living room. All of it.
That sounds like a studio.
No, there was walls, but it was.
Well, that's the thing. Though.
But
like,
there was
you move into Wichita, like
yeah,
their studio apartments are divided up. Like
it's weird. I think I never went to college, but I did go to college. Right? Get that, Jack?
No.
So, I'll finish this up with a funny story, but one of the bullshit jobs I had in my day was those fucking piece of shit magazine salesmen at college campuses that you always see. And
I went to a cool college because
no. I traveled. It was a team that would travel.
Oh, like the one that offered you like yearly subscriptions to like Sports Illustrated. And
Bingo,
stuff?
and it was all a scam. Every fucking thing was a scam.
Oh, I never had
it was
that.
all over the news. They ended up fucking making it illegal to do that. But the I guess I'll tell a story. No, it wasn't Ohio. It was Cincinnati because the Cincinnati Bearcats.
It's Ohio.
No, Ohio State is the Buckeyes.
Oh well, no, like.
But yeah. So we did our little fucking 2 days at Ohio State, right? And I sold a fuck ton. I was with my partner that I worked with. His name was Aaron. I'll never forget it. This dude was straight from fucking Oceanside, California, fucking rocking the fucking Cortezes. Fucking skater boy, pothead, fucking just all about vibes. One of those guys, right? Well, I sold a decent amount at Ohio State, especially at the McDonald's on High Street. I'll never forget that. High Street. H-I-G-H. High Street McDonald's. And if anybody here fucking sees this and they're all the way, they know anything about OSU, they'll know about the McDonald's on High Street. Well, we went down to the Cincinnati Bearcats. Cincinnati University, right? We go down there, and it's a pretty big fucking campus.
Yeah, Cincinnati's huge.
It's monstrous, right? And
the
so
Kelsey brothers went there. You get so many players that came out of there.
Yeah, we go down there, and we all, we get our hotels, and then we fucking get in the little van, and they take us to this food court area, and then they drop us off and say, go to work. So we go out there and we had a sales pitch. We had a scheme in our head.
Let's hear it. Let's hear that sales pitch.
I don't fucking remember what the pitch was, dude, but it was bullshit. It was like here's the thing. They would take the females and put them in mostly male areas by the dorms and shit like that.
That's called
trafficking,
like
practically.
Good fucking business.
Marketing, right? Males. You had to be a good looking dude.
Damn.
because they would put you by the female dorms and shit. Sometimes
She'd be like some Abercrombie models and shit,
Bro.
like standing by the door.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to write something down here. Okay. You know what? I'm going to buy a little extra time to tell you this fucking story. Okay.
All right.
So we, my buddy Aaron and I, we went to, they were having some little festival or something at the university, and it was like by the female dorm. So it's nothing but females. And they're all used to these college fucking douche wagons, right? Half of them have already been with these guys. They see these fucking out-of-towners who come in with a different style, a different lingo, a different accent. They dress different. They act different.
Is that much different?
It
From
is.
Ohio to Michigan?
It is. Well, Aaron came from California, so he brings the
okay.
West Coast. I piggyback off that, right? And so I'm taking it.
Dude.
Bruh, dude, fuck yeah, bruh. Righteous. Well, there was a group of girls
What's
that
mine say?
Dude, sweet. What's mine say? Dude. Well, there's this group of girls that come over and they're all volleyball players. Stacked.
The best kind.
Fucking best kind. Fuck yeah.
As,
Give me
I
some.
don't know if it's
Yeah.
volleyball. It's volleyball then softball.
Yo. Boy, oh boy.
I feel very weird though going to like a softball game at like a high school. Like one of my friend's daughters had a softball or a volleyball game, and I was like, dude, I can't be here right now. This is so creepy.
This is weird.
This is sketchy
But-
as shit. Like nobody in their 30s single, like by themselves, should ever be at a high school volleyball game. And if you
It's
are,
weird.
go shoot yourself.
Yeah, you're fucking weird. But if you're in your early 20s and you go to a fucking college, fucking buckle up. So we get there, and this group of girls comes, like 4 or 5. Beautiful. So fucking pretty.
They got their like
Thicker
volleyball
than
uniform on.
a Snicker. They got
Volleyball
booty
uniform.
shorts. Their fucking shorts are so short they're hiked up to the uterus. They're,
Jesus.
they're
Here's a I guess
but that's gonna get beat
observation.
up.
Here's an
Go ahead.
observation that I have.
Okay.
Volleyball in high school dresses more like floozy than
Oh,
college.
100%.
That's what I find.
Oh,
to be very weird.
100%.
It's like
That should be looked at. But
Yeah,
yeah,
highly.
100%. So they come over, and this one girl, her name was
you remember their names. That's
this one,
impressive.
just the one.
Was she
Andrea, that's what it was. Andrea. Brunette, 5'10", 5'11". Just slim thick. You know what that is?
Slim thick. Athletic. That's what I was.
Thighs
Yeah, like softball.
Just-
softball athletic.
tight,
Like the
Every-
catcher in softball. Like
dude. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Ronda Rousey to me is like
She's not.
no.
nowhere near.
Like her body and physique is slim thick. She's fit. I ain't getting past her.
Something like
but
that.
I'm gonna let her like take me down.
Yeah, 100%. Oh no, stop.
Don't break my arm.
Don't break it. but yeah, and I did my sales pitch. Okay, so I'm working on Andrea. Aaron's over here doing the Mac Daddy thing with these 3 other chicks, scoring the whole time, and I'm over here struggling.
Are they all from like Ohio?
They none of them were actually from Cincinnati or Ohio in general. I don't remember where they're from. And actually, I'm gonna take this into like 2 stories. Okay,
Okay.
because there's another story I have.
I
With
mean,
this.
it's your time. I mean,
Yeah, no, I got another story after this
I'm
about this
good with
fucking
whatever.
magazine bullshit. And
that's the stairs.
oh, and this girl Andrea just walks up, like we're talking, and I did my whole spiel, right? Like I'm pulling out the fucking book that has the options of like Cosmo, fucking Sports Illustrated, and like fucking
the magazine.
magazine, yeah. And the order form, and she puts her hand. I'll never forget it because she puts her hand on this book and goes, "Look, if you just want to fuck, I'll fuck you." And I'm like, "What? What?"
Was
It's
this
she-
after you got out of the military?
No, I was on a little break that I had, and I was only doing this for like 3 months, like 2 months maybe.
Right.
I think it was like a month and a half. Yeah, it wasn't that long because I got abandoned. They left me in Kentucky. Anyway, yeah, I had to find my own way home. It was fucking strange. But so she puts her hand on this book and goes, "Look, if you just want to fuck, I'll fuck you." Now, in my head, I'm thinking, fuck yeah, I'm going to give this girl the best 4.5 minutes of her life. Because there's no fucking way. If I'm looking at this beautiful physique of a woman, and she's not only she's got the most beautiful body, but she's pretty in the face. And she was just
She's
hella
like a
cool.
10 out of 10.
She's like a 12 out of 10. Way out of my league. And I was like, this chick has to be drunk. There's no way she's literally sober looking at me. I wasn't bad. I mean,
She's
I
on
was.
that fentanyl.
I hope not. So, so yeah, that was that was funny. That's where I'm stopping that story. But I sold some magazines.
And now go to the next story.
Okay. She was a good lady. That Andrea, she was a good lady.
But this is the second story?
No, that was the first one.
Oh, okay.
Cause I,
I was like, damn, that's a way to start.
because
the
like I
second
was still
story.
young, I was single, and this chick was just like, "Hey, if you want to, let's go." I barely know her name.
You remember it now.
No, I didn't know her last name. I didn't know her. She was like 19, 20.
Illegal.
Is what it is. And then after it got done, I left, and she was like, "All right, have a good day. Good luck."
Did she buy any magazines?
No,
Well,
bitch.
that's lame.
Yeah, I just
So, and you were like, she's a nice lady.
she was
How
very,
dare you? She's a nice lady.
she was very nice. And then so we on our way back north, we ended up going to like OSU. And so I was killing it on that fucking high street. Because right across from McDonald's, if I remember correctly, go across the street, you walk into campus, right? And there was the student union in that area. And Aaron and I were over there. Then magazines.
Okay.
Yeah. I took advantage of it. I loved it.
I don't know why you can't say that.
You know,
I mean, might as well let people know who you are.
bonus holes.
Yeah.
Dickie.
Bonus holes.
Bonus holes and Dickie.
I don't know if the title should be bonus holes or Dickie. I think
Dickie.
bonus holes is way better.
Dickie bonus hole.
No, because that's like slander.
Dickie's bonus hole.
Let's
Oh,
not.
yeah. Fuck.
So you were in.
So, yeah, we
you
go
were
to-
at OSU.
We go to OSU. I sold 2 subscriptions, one for Cosmo, one for E Weekly or E whatever it was. It was E New Entertainment.
Entertainment.
Yeah, Entertainment. And this Asian girl walks up, and she was in Air Force ROTC at OSU. Like, she had her fucking shit together. Okay. And I've never seen, typically when you think of an Asian person's build, typically it's small,
Very small.
right? This chick was next level. She was like the Fifth Element. She was just
Like orange hair and all.
stacked, bro. Like, she was built.
So she wasn't Korean.
No, she was Japanese, but man, she was built thick.
So the song "I'm Different" could describe the song,
She,
I'm Different.
this chick was built like something. I'm gonna be honest. I thought she had a type. Okay, and when I say that, I mean,
Okay.
okay, you see where I'm at? Like that's
You
where
thought she was into black dudes, and that's okay to say. There's nothing wrong with that.
it's because
People have types. Like I'm into white women.
the way that she carried herself and dressed and how she was, it just
So she dressed like the stereotypical, like
right. And that's when I learned stereotypes are not a thing. Don't stereotype people because boy, can you be wrong. And she walked up to me and she's like, "Look, I know you're not from here, but what's your name?"
did you say Sean?
I did.
My name's Sean. Whoa, this is way
No,
too much.
no.
So she's like, this is too much.
Well, here's the thing, dude. I had my ears pierced at the time, and I was
Hold
more.
on. Did you have studs or hoops?
I had the Jordan Jumpman with the diamonds.
So studs.
No, they were.
If they had if it was just
Oh yeah. No, if it was just a backing.
back.
Yeah,
that's
I
a
was
stud.
too broke. I lost the backing on both of them. I had pencil erasers.
Wow, that's impressive.
It worked. So,
I've had both of these pierced and then both the tops.
then just the studs.
No, these were hoops up here, and then these were studs and hoops sometimes. But I got rid of these real quick.
Right.
Working at the co-op,
Fuck
I went
yeah.
to go throw a 50-pound bag of grain feed, and one of the strings got hooked onto that bitch, and I went with it, and I was like, nope, and took them out.
This her name was
Can you pronounce her name? That's the first question. Yen.
Excuse me. No, it was not an Asian name.
It wasn't like.
I want to say it was like a Brittany or a Bethany or a Bailey. Maybe a Bailey. That sounds
Okay.
legit.
That is not. That's very.
She looked like a potential Bailey.
How does an Asian chick look like a Bailey?
She was stacked, thicker than a Snicker, and she
was Asian.
had thighs like a crush a watermelon.
Like that to me sounds like she's more like of the Haitian or like Hawaiian.
No,
like, Asians do look Hawaiian, like especially when they're that thick. Like that's what I. Think
I don't.
of,
She
like,
looked Asian. Let's just go with that.
well, like
she could have been
I've
Cambodian.
I've met like Asian women who were Hawaiian,
I'm
or I
gonna show
thought
you.
they were Asian. Oh, you're friends with her on Facebook?
No,
Oh, I was like, damn. This is Bailey's on Facebook.
I have to fucking pull up an image to show you kind of what she was built like.
Well, like if you think of like, have you ever seen a Hawaiian?
I'm
woman?
not even bullshitting you, bro.
Have you ever seen a Hawaiian woman?
I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. Like that.
And did she dress like that?
No, she had shorts on, but that's what the build was like. I'm not even kidding.
She had to have been pre-med.
I'm not even kidding, but she comes over and she's like,
When I see that, I think of the
fuck.
that name that they say for like a airplane thing, something Wong.
Something Wong.
Like this is not right.
Yeah. So she came over and she's like, look, what's your name? I was like, I'm Sean. I could have said something crazy like Demarius or
That wouldn't have worked.
it wouldn't have worked.
You would have probably not failed. Like not.
Yeah,
achieved.
not at all. And she's like, look, you're really cute. But I'll buy one magazine from you just because you're cute. And then let's get on Facebook. Like, give me your Facebook. And I was like, okay. And at the time, this was in like, I think it was like a gap in like 2000, like late 2008, early 2009, somewhere. So I really had no business being on a college campus. Now, age-wise, I could have been, yes, but I was not. I had no fucking business.
I had MySpace back then.
Yeah, I think it was Facebook. But so she messaged me on there, and this is when I had a BlackBerry with the scrolling ball.
The BlackBerry Curve.
Yeah,
With the BlackBerry. What was that?
it was the one with the ball,
BlackBerry,
not the one with the pad.
Well, you had the reddish colored one. That was the
Yep.
BlackBerry.
I had the red one.
I always called it the Dingleberry. It was
Okay.
the BlackBerry. Yeah, the Curve was the bigger one. The smaller and narrow one was
Then
the
it was-
BlackBerry. Shit, it's been a minute, but
With
I
the
do remember
Google.
the BlackBerry was a really sweet. It was almost like a sidekick / cell phone.
Classic, key 1, key 2.
Nope.
No, I had
It was
the
red. It was like a BlackBerry. I can't remember. It's been a minute.
they still
But I
sell,
do know that it was maroon or reddish colored.
they still sell phones.
Oh yeah, but like that's I do miss the occasional BlackBerry phone. It was
Yeah,
really good
I think
phone.
they were really, really good for what they were used for. But so I added her. She added me, and I had a BlackBerry, and so we're messaging. But then it was like 5 or 6 less than 10 messages in. She's like, "Look, where are you staying at?" And we had this hotel in Xavier, Ohio.
Oh wow, that's another college town, Xavier.
I don't know.
No, Xavier's a college.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's in Xavier, Ohio.
What, the college, or the where you were staying?
If there's the hotel in, I think it was.
Like a Holiday Inn Express in Xavier.
I want to say it was some shitty ass fucking.
There's
I think it was a Days Inn. to be honest.
for a lot of colleges to be in like Texas and stuff like that.
Right.
Ohio, I think, has them beat. There's so
Yeah.
many colleges there.
For Bowling Green and all that shit. But we were at the I think it was the
Boise?
Days
Is it
Inn.
Boise? No, that's Idaho.
That's Idaho. But we were at this Days Inn, I think it was a Days Inn. And she's like, "Where are you at?" And Xavier is a little bit of a drive outside of OSU, right? And she's like, "Look, I have nothing to do, so I'll just come hang out with you." I don't know this chick from fucking nothing. I met her 4 hours ago, and she's willing to drive an
And you're
hour.
for sure that she was a student.
Oh yeah, she had student ID, everything. She was ROTC for the Air Force to be an Air Force officer.
And she was that thick?
Yeah. He said, that thick? Yeah, bro. And she drove this little ass car. I think it was,
A Kia.
I don't know, probably. It was probably a
One
Kia
of those
or a
fucking-
Honda.
Whoa.
But she comes over and, yeah.
And you think her name was?
I think it was
Bailey.
Bailey.
It's a very weird name.
It
Like,
is
That
a-
is very stereotypical of me, but
Mhm.
Bailey does not fit that.
And then after
vibe.
that, we went from 2 days later, we took off and went down to Louisville, and they
my
left
wife's
me.
from Ohio.
They left me in fucking Kentucky
Way to go.
because I was in the middle of a sale, right at Louisville, and I was in the middle of a sale, and I was 4 minutes and 38 seconds. That's like 5 minutes, but whatever. It sounded good. I was 5 minutes late to the pickup point, but I made a sale, a cash sale, for 3 different subscriptions.
So you can keep the cash even though they left you.
I kept the cash. Fuck yeah, I did. I mean, I made every attempt to find the person, but I kept the cash because I needed a way home. So unfortunately, they didn't get their magazine. I got a fucking Greyhound bus ticket back to Michigan.
It's a long drive.
It's a hike. It's a hike. Now, mind you, if you're driving, I think it was like 6-7 hours.
Whoa.
But on the bus, it's like 10. You got to stop and do bathroom breaks and all this shit. And that was a packed bus. So guess who got to sit in the back?
Is that where you met the one that you wrote down very first?
No. No.
I was like, wow, what?
Yeah,
What
no.
a trip.
I have all these little notes here that I don't want nobody else to see, so I show him.
You better swallow those or flush them. Well, no, hey, we'll have to do this again. I know you've got a dog to get to that does not do well in weather, and we've got.
Nope.
I haven't heard any thunder since that last.
No, I looked at the
strike of
radar, but
thunder
she doesn't. I sprayed the yard today.
for.
Mosquitoes.
Oh,
The fucking neighbor, man, he's got this big ass shrub that's like overgrown into my shit. He's never there to cut his grass. He's never there to keep up with his shit. And so I
I had to
sprayed.
turn my neighbors into the city.
Oh, recently?
Yeah, I'll admit it. I hope they watch this. You were trash. I'll say it out loud. I don't care.
Are they on there?
I don't know.
Fuck them.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. But no, I think you could probably write a book about your life.
It's
Okay, what was your first job? Because I kind of want to narrow this down to like do a psychoanalysis of you
a psychoanalysis
while you're down there.
A psychoanalysis. My first job,
Outside of high school. So because this is where
McDonald's at. It was McDonald's at Lakeside, which is by the previous. It's no longer there. They shut it down.
How do you shut a McDonald's? There's
No,
more
they shut the mall
McDonald's.
down. It was at the
Oh.
mall. It was at the
Because they have more.
the
Did
outer
you know
drive.
this? They have more McDonald's than they do hospitals in America.
Fuck yeah, that makes sense.
That's bizarre.
That was a seed. But
Eat the lemon.
nope,
Pussy.
I'm a pussy. But McDonald's. Okay.
So
I got
military
fired.
came out way after that.
Yeah, I got fired from McDonald's
Mhm.
because I had a slight addiction to chicken nuggets fresh out the fryer. They would come in the
I'm
bags
sure you
of
weren't
50.
the first.
No, but the way I handled it was fucked up. So they come in these big bags, plastic bags of 50. We drop them, right? We put them in the fryer.
So when somebody orders a 50 McNugget, they're getting a whole bag of fucking nuggets.
yeah, it's like 17,000 calories.
Wow.
But so these 50 nuggets would come up, piping hot, bro, scolding hot. That's the fucking best way.
What's the best nugget sauce? Because I've got mine right here. Just boom. Never gonna change it. Never a day in this world will it ever change.
I like ranch.
Hot mustard.
Hot mustard's good, but I would take the cheese they use is kind of fucked up. It's
Cheese for nuggets?
hear me out. Process this. Try this next time. Okay. So get piping hot nuggets straight out the fryer.
Yeah, I can't just go back there and make them. So
You can go in and order them and watch. Check.
Mm.
So then, Dickie, and so, but take the cheese that they put on those burgers. That's bullshit cheese, by the way, but it's really good. Fold it, rip
McDonald's
it,
has good cheese. I
They
don't know.
do.
It's like
rip it in
it's like the
half,
Kraft.
rip it in half so it's long. So it's like looks like that.
Looks like a hot dog.
Okay.
Okay.
rip it in half, and wrap one half around a nugget in one bite. Oh, fuck. I got fired for that. Oh, bitches.
And you were
And as the kids that picked on me in high school that were still working there 10 years later, fuck you. Bitch.
wow.
Fuck yeah.
So you worked at McDonald's. I know that your other jobs after the military, but you were in the military. You went to somewhere else. You went to Utah. You went to Vegas. You went to all these other places. Like, what was your favorite job? Not counting this one. What was and the hot shot driver.
And not counting the other one that I had to sign an NDA for.
Yeah, I didn't think that would be listed as a favorite job. So
It was kind of cool. Favorite job. Being a bouncer at a pretty popular strip club in Detroit when Bar Rescue came in.
oh, and it was a strip club then.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. The strip club, and I'll even put it out there, the strip club before Bar Rescue and John Taffer came in with Paramount Network was called Chicks, Chix, on Dix, Dix, because it was on, the building was on Dix Highway.
D-I-K-I.
No.
D-I-X.
Dix, Dix Highway.
Wow.
It's a pretty good name. Chicks on Dix.
Yeah.
Dicky.
Better than chicks with dicks.
Facts. Or dudes with tits.
Yeah,
You never know these days, man. You gotta ask for verification. Oh god.
I mean, I got boobs, so I mean,
Boobs. But
so that was your favorite, being a bouncer.
it was just,
You've lived quite the life, I will say this.
I think,
The
and I'm
NDA
happy that
one
I
is
got all that
probably
out the
the
way
most
in my 20s,
interesting
dude.
one.
My late teens, my early 20s to mid 20s. I'm happy I got all that shit out the way. I really am, because fuck, dude, I'm cool with just doing nothing. Like, I'm chilling, bro. I got one source of income where I make a lot of money. I don't have to do another. I don't have
As long as
to.
you're happy.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm happy, because there's times where things, kind of, I sit back and reflect on shit. I'm content. I'm cool. Like I'm comfortable. I'd be happier if other things happen, like, like got to see my kids more and shit like that. But it's not Dr. Phil Dickey.
You got any dating websites you want to plug that you're on? That hey,
I'm not on any dating
swipe me.
site, you
Swipe
piece
me.
of shit. No,
hit that like button.
no,
while
but
you're watching.
I think I did just shout out to the Swytech family. They're a big part of my life. But no, I'm not on any fucking dating sites,
Good
because
for you.
I think with how things are, especially in this career where you're in the public eye, in a sense, it's not a good idea.
I've never had
People
to
can
deal
pull
with
you
something
up. They can
good.
see how much you make and what you do and all this other shit. And man, I'm cool.
Yeah, they can see how much I make supporting Recess. 100%.
Yeah.
That's why you should
Or
go and like the Recess Ruckus.
that's, yeah. Oh, and buy fucking primal beef jerky.
Yeah, you tried that the last
That
time.
fucking
too,
shit was
but
good, because I was snacking on that for a few days after.
There wasn't very much left.
No, there wasn't. There was enough to keep me going, though.
Have you ordered any yet?
No, I haven't. Is it primal.com?
It's Primal. It's www.feedonprimal.com.
That makes sense.
And then at checkout, if you use promo code Chubby, you get pretty much $2 off each bag you buy.
No shit.
Yeah.
And you can pick up, or does it have to be delivered?
You can go pick it up. You can have the option on there to pick up or have it delivered. So, yeah.
I looked at you just now and I thought about this and I needed to show you.
To show me. Oh, God. If it's anything like that thick. I sent that to you, didn't I?
No.
I thought I texted that to you. Yeah, I thought I texted
I
it.
just had that image of you just now. I made this one. Did I show you the ones I made?
Some of them, but we.
Hell yeah. I made that one.
Only you. When you see, I'll get that one.
So it's a picture of an avatar, and my caption that I put on
I've
there,
never seen Avatar, so
it says, "What you see when I'm on top." This is that fucking guy.
so your head is that. All right. I've never seen Avatar. I've never been into that whole.
I wasn't either, but let me see. I don't have anything else.
You have to send me all the ones you've made.
Yeah.
But no, you got to get home to Jada.
Yeah. No. We'll have to. Hopefully, the audio records on this.
It will, because I've got a backup right there recording.
Fuck yeah.
So it'll record.
All right. Well, like I said, shout out to everybody who follows Recess Ruckus. Make sure you guys get a hold of the Chubby Buddy podcast too. And
Shout out Chubby Buddies.
Dickie.
We love Dickie.
We'd love Dickie.
Oh, Dickie.
Fucking Dickie.
All right. Well, later, man.